So be proactive, network, very important messages for us. So I'm next.
Right, so Diane's going to speak to us next, and she is, as she said, the Assistant Dean in the Faculty of Graduate Studies at UBC. For the past 18 years, she's worked in higher education administration, both at York University in Toronto and now at UBC. In her role, she provides leadership in the areas of finance and administration, including human resources management and strategic planning. She also directs the Professional Development Initiative, which provides professional skills development workshops and online resources for graduate students and postdoctoral fellows to enhance their career prospects. During her time at UBC, she has recruited dozens of employees with advanced degrees to management and professional positions at the university. Diane is going to give us some insights into how she combined her accounting skills and skills gained from her graduate work in English into a rewarding career in academic administration.
So, I love the university environment, and that's why I've decided to spend my career here. I knew I had to work 10 years in the private sector because I couldn't afford to go to university. And I worked for 10 years, saved my money, my husband's career advanced to the point where I could go to university. Once I got to university, you weren't getting me out of there. I enjoyed my undergraduate degree. I won some scholarships. I went on to do my graduate work also at York in the English department. I'd worked 10 years as a bookkeeper, you know, did all those finance administrative positions. So I developed those skills, but my passion was English and literature and comparative literature and humanities. And I could write, and I loved to write, and I also did creative writing. And I thought, I need to find a career where I get to live in the world I enjoy, the environment I enjoy, which is higher education. I get to use my administrative and accounting skills, but I also get to use my creative research, analytical and writing skills that I developed during my graduate work as well. So I knew once I started working as a financial clerk at York University that this was a world, this was an environment that I was comfortable in and I wanted to stay connected to. So I researched what were the types of positions available, professional academic administrative positions at universities. And here alone at UBC, we have 2,700 management and professional staff, most of whom have at least undergraduate degrees. Many of them have professional designations as well as advanced degrees, masters and PhDs, MBAs, for instance. I've hired many. I've hired dozens of these types of people, and I'll talk a little bit about that. But what I did is I researched the types of jobs, and I found the right position. It was called the executive officer of a faculty, where you got to use your administrative, your people skills, your creative skills, your strategic planning, your leadership, your financial management. That was the role for me. So I was a finance clerk. I went out, I found a mentor. She helped me work through what sort of skills I needed to continue developing. I volunteered. I was on more committees and did things. I networked with people, found out all the different facets of the university. I did have an inside edge. My mother was the chief accountant for the physical resources at York University as well. So I got to know even that side of the university. Who goes and talks to the people who do the lands and buildings? I did. And I found out how important it was to the infrastructure of the university to keep it going. And then, you know, I was involved in the academic side. I worked in the dean's office in a faculty. I got to work with an amazing group of professionals. I got to help students. I do get to help students. I help graduate students all the time. But I also got to work with interesting faculty members and interesting management professional people who brought a very diverse skill set to the community. So it's always engaging and stimulating. There's always project work to do. A lot of what I do are special projects as well. So it's very engaging, but I worked hard to get there, and I was rewarded, I was promoted, and in 2000, York University nominated me for the University Management course, which is put on by CHURD, which is the Center for Higher Education Research and Development out of the University of Manitoba. I got sent to Banff for a week, all expenses paid, not a bad gig. It was lovely, and I really just absorbed everything that was coming in. I was highly engaged. I'm passionate. I believe in what I do. I believe in the social value higher education gives to our society. So it was the right fit for me, and I was comfortable there, and I knew I wanted to grow. I took every opportunity of networking at this week-long course at UMC. At the end of the week, one of the key facilitators was the Associate Vice President of Human Resources for UBC, Jim Horn. And he just came up to me and he said, "Diane, I want you at UBC." And I said, "Make me an offer." You know, well, who knew? I was home a week and he sent me an email. "I have a job for you in the Faculty of Graduate Studies." I went home, I talked to my husband and my daughter, who was in second year of her own undergraduate work, and I said, "They've got a job for me at UBC." And my husband said, "If you don't take a chance, you haven't got a chance." And I believe that. You have to be open to opportunities. You have to take some risk. I loved York University. It was my alma mater. I was a second-generation employee. I actually grew up in the neighborhood. I started drinking in the pubs there when I was 14. I was very connected to Scott Library. You know, it was a lot of fun. It was part of me. I'm a Yorkie. I'm still a Yorkie. I still attend the alumni events and network, because you never know who you're going to meet. And so I came out here in 2000 as the financial officer in the Faculty of Grad Studies. I've been promoted 3 times since then, but I'm still in the Faculty of Grad Studies because I love working with graduate students. I really believe there are leaders of tomorrow. You're the leaders of tomorrow. I also get to work with postdoctoral researchers. It's a very rewarding career. So if you've not thought about a career in academic administration, I'd like you to think about it. As I said, there's 2,700 people alone here at UBC in the management professional ranks. Excellent salary and benefits, good compensation packages, and you get all the access to additional courses, to the libraries, the museums, cultural events, the sports facilities. It's a good gig. It's really something to think about. Beautiful environment. To me, I belong to CABO, which is the Canadian Association of University Business Officers, and I've probably been to most of your campuses across Canada, and I love coming home to UBC, the mountains, the sea. Sorry guys, you know, UBC's it for me, so this is where I am. And I'm glad to be here, but I want you to think about all the different types of opportunities in academic administration. And for the past 8 years, as I said, I've recruited dozens of people with advanced degrees into very interesting and rewarding careers, and some of them include research grants facilitators. So you know what? You don't want to be a bench scientist, but you want to help people. You know, you can write. You've got writing skills. You've got analytical skills. You've got research skills. You can use those to help others in other ways. So we have research grant facilitators. We have program coordinators. You talked about hiring program coordinators. Admissions and records managers, awards managers, human resource managers, fundraisers, development staff, communications and marketing managers. I've hired all of these positions here at UBC. What I'm trying to say is there's many professional opportunities available to you. You need to do your research. You need to find out who does what. Go and talk to them. I get interviewed. Anybody asks me, "How did you get your job?" I didn't know jobs like yours existed outside of academia, because I'm not an academic, I'm a professional. But how did you get there? I'm happy to talk to young people because I believe in giving back. There was someone there for me when I was looking for advice, and so I believe in giving that back. There are people out there in your college and university campuses. Try and source them out if you are interested in a non-academic career or a career in academic administration, because it can be a wonderful and rewarding career path for you. If you love the higher education environment and you want to stay connected to it, it's still rewarding. I get to do research, I get to do writing, policy development, strategic planning, hiring. I get to spend the money too, and plan the money. So that's always fun when you have both pots in your pocket, but it can be a very rewarding career. So I didn't know if you thought about it, but I'm sure many of you have had internships and part-time positions here on campus during your educational programming here. You've had opportunities to, do something within your departments or programs, or work in a work-study program or something. And, maybe you liked it. And if you don't want to be an academic, that's fine. There are other opportunities. And as I said, this can be a very rewarding career path if you so choose. So I vote for academic administration. And it's a little bit of my story.